Hi, welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're here. It's so nice to be back. We've had issues, but I'll talk about that a little bit later with the internet. But I have a fun interactive card that I'm going to be sharing with you today, and it's a bit of an experiment. So I don't know how it's going to go, but we're in it together. So, and in the end, we'll always make a card, so it doesn't really matter. It's all part of the learning curve. I have to say welcome to everyone that's here, and I'm playing with they're new to me Spellbinders products, although they were last month's release, so I'm a little bit behind. My mother hasn't been so well, so I've been a little bit focused there. So thought I didn't want to miss out sharing them with you. And I wanted to play with them because they're a lot of fun. And we're going to be making some masculine cards today. So we're going to talk a little bit about masculine cards, interactive cards, spinner cards, which is like not first for me. I have made spinner cards in the past, but not this style. It's a new to me style. Now, if you're here for the live, make sure that you click on live chat. If you do have any questions, please type in capitals. Thank you. Michelle is here to mind the chat because I get busy creating and I kind of forget to look, and I don't want to miss anything. I do read everything after. So if you do have any questions that I miss and you want me to answer them, either email me or you can write them in the comments below the video and I can get back to you through that as well. So I have this set here, which is called Age to Perfection. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me from Spellbinders, and I have affiliate links for these products, which will be listed in the description below. But obviously, you can use the ideas and techniques that I'm talking about today with whatever products that you have in your stash. So I haven't got the full release. There was only one thing missing, and it's another die set, almost like this one here, but it's a happy HBD, I think it is, happy birthday, and it's like a balloon font, which is really cute, in a nice funky die shape. So this is probably, it's a stamp set with really funny age-related sayings, and then there's one of these chatterbox teeth. So I'm going to be using all these products in my card today. I have a couple of ideas. When I'm getting a product like this, I like to kind of plan out. I mean, I've talked about this before, but I like to plan out what I'm going to do, and I planned these cards out probably January. I didn't get to make them, but luckily I drew it and kept it with the product packages so I could still make them for you. And and I planned out 3 cards originally, and what I do is I sketch them out. I must have been away because this isn't my normal paper. I sketch them, and sometimes I'll work out colors. I'll write things like, oh, that was another part of the release. Where have I put that? It also has these, oh my gosh, they're huge, wiggle eyes. So I'm going to show you that as well in a minute, but I'm not using them on this specific card. But there's this card here, and then this is the one we're going to make together today. I've started making this card, so hopefully we'll get to finish that, and I've got some die cutting made out for this one. So we'll just see how we go and play and see how much we can get done. The other thing with Spellbinders is they do have guides for the layering for the die cuts, so that you can see. This is a pretty easy one, so probably could just work it out, because the dies themselves, I don't know if you can see, but they have like impressions on them. So they create an impression where it'll tell you where all the die cut pieces go. So I'm going to start we'll make our little chatterbox man. Now, what I want to do is make him into a spinner. And what gave me this idea is I was shopping, which, hey, you do online shopping, because I don't I don't have any card shops near me. And I saw these at Niha's shop and she's based in Brisbane. I do live classes there, and I've got another one coming up in a couple of months or so. So keep an eye out. I'll be letting you know about that one. And I saw these. I had no idea what they were, but I thought they were called spinners. And there's these metal versions, which I haven't even looked at either. And these were the medium size, and I thought they'd be a bit bigger, but I just bought them because I thought spinner, card making, interactive, they have to be for interactive cards. So I thought I'd get them, and then I haven't used them. And I did look up and try and work out like how to use them. I figured I'd just adhere to both sides. I'm just going to give it a go. But then I was watching Benita's live video, and she made one. She used a spinner on her card, which was just awesome. But she spun a bee. And then I was thinking, well, you probably need to have something that's like fairly balanced, like a bee. I also then I've seen use your words, Therese. Seen a flower. Someone was spinning flowers as well. But it's weird though, these things exist, and I couldn't really find any like how-to videos on them. So I thought I'd just give it a whirl with you guys, because why not? And please let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I was just looking out the window, and there's the most incredible rainbow outside. I've never seen such a bright rainbow, so I did have to go and take some photos. So if I remember, I'll share them in the blog post, because after these lives, I always take photos and share more details, because not everyone has time to sit and watch a video to get all the information. So, or you just want to quickly check up and see what I did or get ideas, techniques. So, and I am doubling up a couple of these die cuts because it's an interactive card, and I don't like the idea of it being too flimsy. And if someone wants to spin with full force, then they can. The reason I'm not sure if this is going to work, I'm just lining this up with there's a little, whoopsie, I did forget to put the teeth in. I'm talking, aren't I? I do that a lot. I'll just put that, there is like a little guide on the inside. Probably can't see it because I did use black here. And I used a combination of colours because I thought this would be fun to make into a masculine card design. What I did was just grabbed out a bunch of colours. I know that the teeth are probably should be like that red base, but I was thinking it'd be fun to have some blue chatterbox teeth. So I thought nice for male cards, nice bright colours, all in the same tones. This is a red, but it's an orange red. If I tried to put more of a pinky red with it, it would look weird. So sometimes just holding the colours up beside each other will give you a good idea. Otherwise, I just search on the internet. But this grey here is a nice pale grey, and I'm going to cry when I finish. I've only got like a couple of sheets left, and you can't get it anymore. So if anyone knows what brand colour is exactly the same as the oyster grey that Alan Hudson used to have, I will be your friend forever. I'll be your friend forever anyway, if you make cards. But it's just like the perfect grey. I don't know. Michelle will probably agree with me there. Like, there's greys and there's greys, and you've got to have a few. Oh, there's Benita's here. So Benita is under a pile of paper. I'm lost in paper. She's under a pile of them. Now, the thing what I was thinking is because this is, it's like it's so big, that's why I don't know that it's going to work. But I'll give it a try. And whether it'll stay on is another thing. But we'll work it out. We'll just wing it. Otherwise, it won't be a spinner. It'll just be a stayer. It'll just be popped up on the front of the card, which is what I do all the time anyway. Add dimension. But how cool is this chatterbox? So much fun. But these sentiments that go with it, being like, what is it? You look good for someone born in the 1900s. Thank you. I was born in the 1900s. Now, what I will do is put these eyes together first. Otherwise, although I think if it's going to spin, it wouldn't matter if they were a little bit skew or off. But if you want to kind of go the way that the drawing, like the guide, they sort of face them up here. But they really sit quite, they don't sit on the die cut for them. The impression is only there and there, so there's not a lot holding them to this. This might get spun once and that'll be it. It'll be off the card. Now I do need to work out, Benita might be able to answer me. I think she said you could use like a liquid glue or a strong double-sided tape. We'll see. I have got, I never got my red line tape out. I meant to get that out because that's the strongest I have. Other than score tape, which I don't know. Do you think score tape will work? I'll have to give that a try. That's the one I've got here. Yeah, what could go wrong? Yes, you're absolutely right. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? It doesn't matter anyway, because we'll still make a card no matter what. Oops, I think I'm getting a bit carried away because he doesn't need that much glue there. And the impressions on here as well for the teeth, it's so easy to put together. So I was really devastated I didn't get to make my shaker. What did I do? It was a faux embossed background using Carly's new release from Spellbinders last live. I had so much fun with that. That's what I was going to make that with you last week, but they did some maintenance on our internet lines apparently. And we had an outage for half a day or night because they do it during the night. And after they did that, it was, excuse me, it was fine. Like I didn't even know there was a problem because the download speed was fine. But the upload speed, so the amount of data that was going up into, like to get the streaming out was like 1.8. Like that's just like, I was almost hearing the ding, 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 ding sound. It was giving me flashbacks. That was just, it would have just been buffering constantly. It took me, just to upload that video, it took 3 hours, where it normally takes now with the new speeds, it'll take about 8 minutes. So it took 3 hours to upload one short video. So that gives you an idea of how bad things were. So I couldn't have done it, but I was really devastated because I was Looking forward to it. At least I got to do the card. I knew the day before because I tested everything before, and I knew that it wasn't going to work. So it just didn't want to send 2 emails. So that's why it was late notice, because I wanted to send the email with the link to the video rather than keep annoying your inbox. Unless there's something exciting to say. Don't say anything. Now, my theory is I don't know how well it's going to spin anyway, but maybe Benita's made a comment. Maybe she can tell me if she thinks it's going to work or not. Keep a look at that. Although I can't see the comments, all of them. Yes. And she does lose things under a pile all the time. I hear you. I get lost in paper all the time, Benita. So what I thought I might need to do was add more. What do you think? I was going to add another layer to the shoes here to make them a little bit heavier. Because this is actually a swing mechanism, which I've got on my other card. And I'm going to show you how that works as well, so that you see how this is intended to be used. Spellbinders have a few different dies using this same mechanism. It works really well. So I did a couple of extras. I don't need those. I don't know why I have those there. That better. I think I tick. So I thought if I do at least one other layer of shoes, it's going to make that heavy. Maybe the other thing you can do is add some. I've done it before where I've added enamel dots beneath something, so under here, and that just adds a bit of weight and like keeps it off the card so that it spins. Do you like the actions? I don't know, maybe one more. Hot glue might be too bulky, Kathleen. I agree. I'm not really sure. We'll see. We'll see. Benita, I think she used glue, so I'm going to try glue first while we work through the other card. I think I'm going to go for one more. He might end up with his feet in the air constantly otherwise. I'm going to go for one more layer, just for a little bit more weight. It is. It's an experiment. It saves you doing it. I don't mind making a fool of myself. We can always undo him and make him in the manner that he's intended. I have spare legs. And then I should try something more reasonable with the spinner rather than put it to the main test. Anyway, let's give it a go. So what I'm going to do is I'll have that adhered to here rather than, and then I'm going to put the spinner on the back here. And maybe what I can do is attach the spinner in there. No, how much space there is. It might need to be on something flat. And that might work. Okay, let's attach. We can always detach down the track if we need to. Right, concentrating now. Is he straight? Isn't he funny? It cracks me up. Right. I should have got some like really strong glue. Yeah, maybe you might be. I think that because of that spinning mechanism, if I used hot glue on this side, that would potentially I don't know how this is going to hold. Anyway, let's just set this aside and have a laugh about that in a minute. We'll go. I don't know how strong do you think Barely Arts glue is? Do you reckon it's going to be strong enough? Benita reckons it's going to work. We'll see. In the meantime, let's thought we'd use one of those fun sentiments. Now, what have I got here? Some cardstock. I thought I've just got an A2 panel here. I can just attach this to the front of it. I'm going to side fold cards. I don't know what you guys are using now. I kind of got sick of because I've got like a wooden bench where I sit my cards. I find that over time the tent fold or the top fold cards get a bit splayed. So I've gone to the side fold, gone back to the, I know, right? Fold move. Let me know. Do you side fold or do you tent fold? Let me know in the comments. I want to know. And if you side fold, is it for the same reason as me? Because it doesn't fall. They don't fall. Right, now I thought we'd do a sentiment on... I've been embossing today. I've gone into an embossing mood. For some reason I've grabbed out the old bag. It'd be terrific on Action Wobbler. Oh, look at this. I have shown you my pack of Action Wobbles, haven't I? Where'd I put it? I'm ready for any Action Wobble event. In fact, I could do a whole, there's cat fur. No one wants to buy anything from me. It's covered in cat fur. Look at that. I can do Christmas cards with Action Wobbles this year. Everyone can have one. I was so excited to get that. All right. I like this one. Old enough to know better, young enough not to care. And this is a good one for me, although my hair's dyed. Shh, don't tell anyone. It's not grey hair, it's sparkle from your soul escaping. I like that. So true. This is just a scrap of paper. I did have a bigger bit out and then I found that and I think that's going to work, hopefully. Oh, so Benita's going live tomorrow. She makes the most beautiful cards. And I loved her little bee spinner card. But I was thinking, even if I did a flower card, I started looking at that clematis. I don't know. I'm not a flowery person. I just make the cards. I don't grow the flowers. Anyway, I was looking at that. So that was huge too. And I thought, why do I want to spin these big things? Why can't I just spin something small and balanced like a normal person would? Oh, I'll give it a go. Maybe I might get them to invent a big spinner for me instead. And my misty's falling apart. I should purchase a new one. But so far, satin tape's working a treat. I know. And my trimmer, my paper trimmer's dying. I'm like, not like it doesn't get used, I suppose. But trouble with getting scrap bits of paper and doing heat embossing is that you don't know how much it's been attacked by the oils on your fingers and that before. If you cut a fresh piece of paper, top tip, you're less likely to end up with bits of stray embossing powder everywhere. Am I still in focus? Am I too far away? Okay. It's going to make a noise for a minute. Right. Missed a bit. Okay. And then, because this is going to sit so far off the card, I thought what I could do was I've been doing a bit of masculine cards. Like, I've chosen some colours I know work well with masculine designs, but I really like to do colour blocking. That's not my card base. It's not card base. I really like to do colour blocking and use, like fun, bright colours for men's cards as well. It might be easier. This is my paper trimmer that's dying. I can barely push it along the guide wire. I know that they've got like a warranty, lifetime warranty, but I don't think that works in Australia. Plus I need it. I've got my big one. But that'll just give me an idea of where I want that to sit. And then, because this is, what I'm doing here is I'm looking at these three sides and then just being very exact here and kind of matching the amount of background showing, and then flip that away. So I might have to go shopping after we get off here. Okay, so because it's an interactive card and it's got the dimension, I am going to put this direct to the bottom, the base of the card. And the other thing I'm going to do is really doing my head in this trimmer. The new blade won't even fit in there. That's okay. And the other thing is anything else I want to add to the card, because it's interactive, needs to be fairly flat or beneath where the mechanism is. So that's why I'm not adding dimension either to this sentiment, because I normally will add dimension to everything. So all the dimension is going to be pretty much in I miscalculated. So I did not know that there was a rocket about, am I living in the dark? I didn't know that there was a rocket about to go very soon. I can't compete with that, can I? But thank you for being here. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, and then I've got some, these are really fun, these letters here. So I did die cut a stack from one of the other cards that I'm going to make, and they have these centers. So I just thought, well, I could just use those centers to do like an OMG. The other thing I was going to do was I want to make sure it's going to work first. There's a little arrow. This is the take action sentiment. So otherwise people might not know that it swings. But I'm not going to touch any of this yet. I'm going to give it a bit longer to dry because it's plastic adhering to cardstock with liquid glue. So I can't imagine that would happen fast. So in the meantime, I was going to show you this card and this is what I've been doing this morning. And show you how the technique, like how the mechanism is meant to work. Oh, the countdown's begun. Oh, that's so exciting. Now, these are some very old foam dots that I keep just for this purpose. So I've done the same colour combos here, and I will add a bit of liquid glue here as well, just because because they're such old dots, just to give it a little bit more grip. So if you don't have a dot, you can actually, there are things called spacers, which are plastic, and you can adhere those with some liquid glue, and that will just give something a spin. Otherwise, you can just layer up little bits of die cut cardstock. If it does get sticky on the edges, it might stop the mechanism, but you can de-tack the stick. You know, when you layer up like 5 or 6 pieces of cardstock, sometimes the glue can kind of seep out the edges. So just some like powder bag or something just to de-tack around those edges. You can use a square. I have used a square foam dot before where I couldn't find my circle ones, but I just sort of snipped the edges a bit and made it circly. Or even fun foam works as well. So just something that's going to fit inside the circle. I've even handmade something like this, cut up an image and made my own little swinging mechanism with legs. So there are lots of options. So then this will adhere to the body of the chatterbox. Oh, the other thing, whoopsie, I did forget was add some foam. Forgot that. Because this bit doesn't spin, but when you want to add some dimension behind here, you just want to make sure that it's not going to get in the road of the swinging mechanism. So I'll just put these kind of around here, and you can actually use them as a stop as well. So you can have them, if you don't want the legs to swing too far, then you can put one up here to stop, create a stop. That should be enough. I'll just add, I say that should be enough and then add one more. Just might add that a bit higher, because I don't want to accidentally adhere it to my swinging feet. Try again. And again, you could also build this up with cardstock or just with normal regular foam tape, as opposed to abnormal regular foam tape. And then just test it. That makes me happy. So this is what we'll do to the other one if their spinning mechanism doesn't work. But I thought that this would be a good one to use these wiggle eyes on, because, oops, if we can get into them, gosh, they don't want me to get into them. There we go. Oop. These are fun. And these are plastic as well, so. How cool is this sentiment? How old are we telling people you are now? Actually, I don't think that that stamp set is available at the moment on its own. I did notice it, I think that, as I went looking, when I was looking and linking everything, I think it's only available in the bundles, which is, bundles are cute. If you just want the stamp set, I'm sure that it'll be re-released soon. How cool is that? I better not move it too much. I'll let everything dry. Okay. So this is what we can do if we need to save the other one. How are we going for time? Going good? Isn't it fun? That's the colour blocking. That's what I was saying, colour blocking and bringing bold colours together and fun elements. They're my go-to when it comes to creating masculine card designs. I like those colours together. All right, next, what we do? I think we probably might have a go at this one here. This is the third idea. I did change it up a bit from the original plan, but I've got what I thought, because this is the thing, I have these ideas, but then they grow when you start making them, because what I originally was thinking was creating like using these like letters, mixing up the colours. What colour will I put there? Maybe I'll try that. This is using all the same colours that we had before. I was kind of preferring most of them to have like the same colour, on the same colour almost, like the red is on the orange, and I can't really use that dark one, can I, in the background? But my original plan was just to have, where is it? The word, wow, you look good for someone born in the 1900s, because I just loved that. But then I was sort of thinking, when I saw the size of these letters, it's going to look a bit odd just having that. Would have looked better had I gone with a, I could do like a more of a horizontal sentiment, but then I got this idea to make, because this, I know this is an OMG, but you can make other words out of letters. So I thought, well, wow, you could do mom. You have, make that into a mum. I probably wouldn't, because I spell mum M-U-M. But then I was thinking, if I go and build it, I could still use that same sentiment. What's this? Need an orange there. Need more red, don't I? That one. Oh, we're getting there. Oh, I liked that. The darker orange. this and the lighter orange. That's a lighter one. Try not to have the same colours next to each other too much. And darker orange. That's all right, isn't it? Nothing's too similar. And then we'll just tweezers, adhere these together. And you could do a dimension or no dimension here. One of the other things I was thinking of with these specific dies, be really fun to inlay them with like boxing, you know, making it look like on this one I'd probably use like that mid orange, and you can inlay all the layers. Ooh. Thank goodness for liquid glue. And so all these little bits can be re-inlaid and get that real 3D look. I think that'd be fun. I know it'd be like a little bit of a labour of love. But sometimes I like that challenge to myself. Has it taken off yet? We should have done like a I could have done, if I had known, I could have done a spaceship one card. Or a rainbow card, because I was very inspired by that rainbow. Honestly, it's like the brightest rainbow I've seen ever, I think. It's amazing. Stay. Kathleen, I think it's a good way to be. Like Kathleen's just saying that like you have an idea and sometimes it grows, or sometimes the idea doesn't work, or you just, while you're creating, you think of something better than your original idea. And I made a couple of cards yesterday, and one of them took like about, I kind of felt like I was fighting with it a little bit because I had this picture in my head and I was struggling with that. And it would have taken me at least an hour and a half, 2 hours to kind of get it how I wanted it. And then I made a second card, literally took me 20 minutes because it just flowed and it just went, was just, so sometimes I actually step away because it's not worth the fight. Like it's, I think I've learnt that over the years, just to, or change it up, because I wouldn't have been happy here with the balance of it. Yeah, this is nearly empty. Not good. There we go. I'm trying not to put too much glue. The good thing about this glue is you don't need a lot. You're hanging around for the spin? The do or die. I knew this was going to be a bit fiddly. That's why I did all the die cutting earlier. But just this one die set, I've used it on every card. And I've used that stamp set on every card today as well. If you're not sure where to put the center of the O, you can put the die cut version of it, like the like sit that in there, and then that'll give you the exact center, but it doesn't really matter. I kind of just visualize the actual letter and do it that way. And I think with this style of lettering, it doesn't have to be perfect anyway, because it's a bit funky. I agree. Someone wrote that it's retro, a retro style. I agree. These are definitely those in that flavour. Right. And what one person likes, another one might not, so. Well, where did that one come from? I think that came from there, didn't it? And that one was there. Focus. Because I'm not going to remember. And the reason I haven't stuck my panel down here yet, I probably should say why, is because I want to heat emboss that sentiment in the center. And if you try and emboss something once you've adhered it down, it actually removes the glue, the adhesion from the back. So, which is actually a top tip if you want to remove something that you've glued down. You can hit it with a heat tool. Sometimes that will be enough just to lift it up. As long as it doesn't matter if it's hit with a heat tool. Some things do, but. And the other reason is because it can warp the cardstock too. So just having that heat on there can warp it. So doing it before you adhere it down just means that you can deal with the warping first if you need to. Any questions? I haven't been looking up very much. I'm sure Michelle would yell at me if there was any questions I'd missed. Yeah, I did ask a question in the chat. Interactive, yes or no? Do you guys make interactive cards? And if you do, what's your favorite kind of interactive card? I don't know if I have a favorite. I do a lot of shaker cards. And I have been doing a few more. I don't know. Fun folds are not exactly interactive. Have been doing a few more fun fold cards. I like shakers. And that's the other thing that I mentioned earlier. And I haven't made one for years, is a spinner card. Now, this is a spinner card. This is a different version of spinner card. The ones that I made were like, I think I was using some products that Julie Ebersole, focus, created for Ellen Hudson. And they were like channels that you kind of put into the top layer of the cardstock, popped it up off the panel, and then you'd put an element and put it through the channel, and as it would roll down the channel in the cardstock, it would spin. I can't even remember how I did that. It was such a long time ago. It's not one of my go-tos. I think I had to think too much for it. Right, let's add the sentiment and see if this is going to work, like size-wise. Yep, get the broken misty out. It's going to say wow, but definitely could be mum as well. That's what I love about die cut letters is you can, even if you haven't got the whole alphabet, you can do a lot with alphabets that you have, and you can even adapt some letters. Are really easy to adapt. I have made an M into a U before and made like the word mum with MUM, but that M had the little with or with sans or serif, had the little hook on it so I could snip it away and it still looked like a proper U. But these are masculine cards today. So we're going with the wow. Could easily be a mum card. Focus into the arena, and this is the one I've got my eye on. How's this one? Sorry I called you old. Thought you knew. It makes me happy. I want to make sure that's nice and straight, hopefully. And I can check with the lid of the Misty as well, because there are lines, probably a little bit to the right. That's okay. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm keeping them because I'm not going to remember. When I was playing with the letters before, I wrote O. What did I write? It was O. Instead of OMG, I wrote OGM. I don't know where I got that from. But that's what you do when you're not concentrating. There. Yes, Kathleen's saying, yes, I make those and use washers for the weights on the back of the spinner. Okay, you can. Tamara's saying, I don't make them, but I buy the things to do it. This is the interactive. Well, I get that because I saw these and I just thought, I have to try them. I didn't even know what they did. They could have been something to do with scrapbooking and I'd never used them. I'm not a scrapper. But I kind of looked at them and thought they must be for cards. That sort of made sense to me. And just hit that with the heat tool. Benita's saying that she finds the spinner cards hard, the one with the threads. So that style of spinner is if you open the card and the element spins, usually a butterfly or it can be anything. But I have never made one of those. That might be a challenge to do that, especially live. What could possibly go wrong? All right, let me just, it's a little bit warped. So I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine to flatten it out. But add enough. I'm not really keen on adding embossing there. We'll see. Hopefully that didn't upset it too much. It's better. It'll just make it much better. Oops. And lots of tape for warping. Okay. The thing is, when I do make my own borders, I can't use my guides when I just eyeball it. If I die cut these, then I can use those guides that I've got, which I love. But, all right. I kind of feel like I do want some dimension here. So let's do this because I can, and I'm only adding these are like half, I don't know, they're normally 2 mils, aren't they? All these foam, the basic foam, normally 2 mils high. This one here is half of that, so it's 1 mil, which I like. Because then it, even if it gets a little bit, it doesn't have far to bend in the post. And this is our second card nearly done. I didn't plan on making all 3. I mean, I was going to make all 3, but I wasn't going to make them all here with you today, but might as well. There's only a rocket taking off. Direct? Yeah, let's do these ones direct to the cardstock. Or not. Like this, the battle's real. No, you're good. Okay. Judy's watch, has it taken off? I need to know if it's taken off. I can hear a plane in the distance. I don't think that's it. It must have by now, because I think takeoff was I think you said it was 25 minutes from when we started. Now, last one. Okay, and then we're going to go and see if this spinner thing worked. And see if his shoes are heavy enough to make it hang. Otherwise, I might need to borrow Judy's washer idea. Cool, that's 2 cards done. Right, finish off this third one. Oh, that's a sign. That's a good sign. I just don't have my, what's my name in it? What do you call it? My red score tape. So what I'll do is I'll try my regular score tape, but I think I might come back and add liquid glue to the back. Or we could sit here and wait half an hour for it to dry. Scissors, I've lost them. But I'm thinking liquid glue might be better. If Benita's still here, oh, she is. Let me know if this may work or if we're better off with reverting back to liquid glue. I need your expert opinion. Thank you. All right, so he needs to be in the center. Oh my gosh. And let's see. So when you stand him up, he does stay feet down. That's awesome. So all I need to do is add my letters, and there's plenty of space here. I had some spare letters. Where is them? No, I don't. Can't find them. I had them. Oh, yes, I do. These are from all those other ones that I cut out. Oh, I won't have another G, will I? Dang, oh, it's okay. We'll just go. It's B. Can always do it after. The good thing about this tape is it's kind of repositionable. So if I change my mind, because I often do, I can move it, move things around, and depending, most cardstocks are okay. Coloured cardstock, if anything's going to peel, you know, lift, it's going to be the coloured cardstock more often than not. But if I do decide that I want to come back and pop these up, or I can pop it up over top, I could do like a second layer over top. I'm just moving that little bit of cardstock over there. We've talked about masculine card designs, colours, some tips with that, and I've made my first spinner card with these spinner mechanisms. They are so fun. I did link one that I found. Oh, that's a bit off. Not centered. And the great thing about this glue is, even though it's feels like it's, oh, that looks cool, not sticking very well, once it sticks, it doesn't go anywhere, believe me. I have cards that I've had for years made with this glue, and it's very permanent. So that was using one of these. I'm not sure, these are a lot flatter than these ones, stick up quite a bit. These are a lot flatter, and they're called medium size, so I'd like to test that, see how big I could put something on that one. But yeah, oh my gosh, that is fun. So the other thing I need to do is, if I had have trusted my instinct, I would have done like a white arrow here. So I might do that yet. But anyway, I'll think on that. I will share these cards at the in my blog and also on the social. If you are inspired to try a spinner, or even some shaky legs or googly eyes, I'd love to see what you make. I do have some news. Everyone's been waiting, and I've had a lot of people ask me if there was going to be another Paper Crafters Get Organised Summit, and I'm happy to say that there is going to be one, and it's starting at the end of April, or kind of the end, the 24th of April to the 26th of April, and I'm going to be one of the speakers at the summit, and I'll be sharing my link for that real soon. So if you do want to use my link, wait for that to come out and click on that link, and I'll get credit for you joining the free summit. So, and if you do purchase the summit as well, then that credit will go to me. So I say thank you very much for supporting my channel. But it's so exciting because these organizational summits, I know there's 3 kinds of card making, isn't there? There's buying the products, organizing the products, and using the products. So I'm on declutter day. So I've got some emails coming out soon. I'll tell you all about it. So what do you think? Are we happy? So 2 of them are interactive, like this one, the legs spin and the eyes are googly. This one here is, I didn't think it was going to work as well as it did. It's so much fun. I don't think it's going to last through the mail. I'll have to put that in a rigid mailer. And then this is like a bonus card. I didn't plan on making this with you today, but I had it all ready to make because I wanted to make it. But I'm glad I got to share that with you. Just changing up the letters to say wow instead of OMG. But yes, we could also give it to Mum if we want. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. And I think that's about it. I won't be here for a live until the 14th of May because we're taking my mum to Sydney, my mum and dad to Sydney for their 60th wedding anniversary, which is really exciting. It's on their bucket list. Like they've driven through, but they've never gone and done any of the Sydney highlights. They live in Victoria, so we're going to take them there and do like the harbour cruise and the opera house thingy, and yeah, so, and take them out for a lovely meal for their 60th. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll let you know how that goes. But I'm lining up some stuff to have done while we're gone, and I look forward to seeing those videos and at the summit. So keep an eye out for that. I'm glad you like the cards, and Bonita's got a live, I think tomorrow morning, she said. So don't forget to head over to Bonita's channel, which is, I think it's Under a Pile of Papers. I think your actual channel is called that as well, isn't it, Bonita? And subscribe. She's such a lovely person, and she does spinner bees. Thanks for your inspiration. Thanks for being here, everyone, and thank you, Michelle. I'm sorry I couldn't compete with Artemis, but I do appreciate that you're here. And Boy's got the replay. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.